Welcome back. Today we are talking about 5 tried and true ways to generate passive income that don't require a substantial initial monetary investment. We're going to cover what they are, how to get started, and your earnings potential. Now, I've personally tried 4 out of the 5 we're going to be talking about, and I've made over $2 million from these revenue streams combined, so they do work. Now, if you're new here, my name's Rachel Harrison-Sund, and I help entrepreneurs boost their authority, audience, and income with simple, easy to create books like journals, planners, and more. And I've helped over 5,000 people start generating passive income publishing low and medium content books. If that sounds interesting to you, you can find out more by downloading my free guide, 3 Steps to Publishing Your First Low Content Book in Less Than a Day. I have left a link to that down in the description below. Now, one thing to note before we get going, there's no such thing as free money. So any passive income stream that you set up is going to require either an upfront monetary investment or an upfront investment of time and energy, meaning you're going to do a bunch of work upfront to set up a system that can generate money for you without your real-time presence. Those are the income streams we're going to be talking about today, and there's going to be some variation in their earnings potential as well. So the first one we're going to look at is digital products. So this could be anything from online courses to printables to templates. It could even be photography or music or video footage. Now, at the easier end of the spectrum, you could simply create something like an ebook and then have somebody else's audience sell it for you as an affiliate. If you're some sort of an artist and you have things like photography or videos or music that you've shot, you could submit those to a stock website and collect royalties. And at the more labor-intensive end of the spectrum, you could build up an audience, like here on YouTube or through a blog or a podcast. You could be creating weekly content in order to expand that audience. And then eventually, depending on what niche you settle into, you could create and offer a digital course. Now, earnings vary pretty widely with this one. If you're submitting photography to a stock website, you're probably not going to earn that much. But if you've created a digital course, that's something that can earn you hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars a month. But of course, with a digital course, that's something that you're going to have to maintain and probably do updates to on a fairly regular basis. But in my experience, that extra effort has been well worth it just in terms of the revenue that my own digital course has created. Next up, we've got physical products, and as the name suggests, this is simply selling physical products online. So you could do this through drop shipping. You could use a print-on-demand platform like Redbubble. This is great because you're not actually managing inventory or customer service yourself. Or you could do something like Amazon FBA, which is fulfillment by Amazon. So in this scenario, you're getting a product manufactured somewhere, usually overseas, like from China. Then you're sending those finished products to the Amazon warehouse, and when someone orders your product on Amazon, Amazon will take that product and ship it directly to the customer. This is great because you don't have to worry about order fulfillment, but Amazon does take a pretty hefty cut for being able to use their warehouse. So if you wanted to get started with drop shipping, first you'd need to source out a product, and it's always a good idea to do some research first to see what products are currently selling, and then you'd want to open up an online store using something like Shopify. When an order comes through on your site, that order is going to need to be relayed to the manufacturer who has created that product and who's potentially storing that product for you, and then they will ship it off to your customer. For FBA, again, you're going to source those products, have the products made, and then you're going to send them to Amazon's warehouse. When someone orders one of those products, Amazon will ship it directly to your customer. And then with print-on-design platforms like Redbubble, you just simply upload your designs, choose which type of products you want your designs to appear on, anything from mugs to t-shirts to pillows. And then when somebody orders that product, Redbubble or whatever the site you're using is going to ship that product to your customer. So for startup costs, for print on demand, it's free. If you're doing something like drop shipping and you want to use a Shopify store to sell your product, that's going to be around $30 a month. FBA is definitely going to be your most expensive option here to get started. You're probably looking at about $2,500. That's so that you can pay for samples and inventory and warehousing. But in terms of earnings potential, FBA is probably where you're going to generate the most amount of money. And then in terms of how passive this actually is, dropshipping is probably going to be the most passive, probably only requiring a few hours a week. FBA, you're probably looking at least 5 to 20 plus hours a week, so that's going to be the least passive. So number 3 is content monetization, and this is one of my favorites. So you're gonna pick a platform. It could be YouTube, it could be a blog, it could be a podcast, social media, it could even be something like a Substack newsletter. And you're going to get paid through advertising or sponsored content or affiliate marketing. The biggest opportunity for content monetization, in my view and in my experience, is on YouTube, but it does take some time to get going. Just to give you a frame of reference, the most I've made on my channel since I started, probably about, I think, 4.5 years ago, is $35,000 in a single year. Now, of course, I have to be creating content all the time, so it's definitely not the most passive out of all of the methods that we're talking about today. But on at least 2 occasions, I've been able to walk away from my channel for 6 months at a time, and the money kept rolling in month after month. So that was including when I stepped away for a few months from my YouTube channel to have baby number 2. So to have that bonus income rolling in month after month while I was gone was amazing. And to me, that really is the true essence of passive income. Number 4 is affiliate marketing, and this is probably my favorite form of passive income because in my experience, it's been the biggest earnings for the least amount of work. So this could be as basic as promoting products through Amazon's affiliate program. For example, if I was to leave links underneath this video of all of the equipment I use for my videos and they all link to Amazon, anytime anyone looked in there, clicked one of those links and went to Amazon and bought one of those products and even some other products that they might be shopping for at the same time, I would then get a commission for that. Now, what's actually worked best for me is promoting other people's products to my email list. So I have a program where I teach people how to generate passive income through self-publishing low-content books. And because of that, the people on my email list are really into different products and services that can help them speed up their publishing process and help streamline the process. So I have a favorite keyword research tool called Publisher Rocket. So that is a product that I regularly promote to my audience. I also promote other people's digital courses that I think would be a fit for my audience. And at this point, I've managed to create a 6-figure affiliate marketing revenue stream. And usually all it takes is me sitting down and writing 2 or 3 emails. And normally, if I'm promoting these products to my list, I'm being supplied with swipe copy. So the emails are already written for me. I just need to go in and do a little bit of tweaking to add my own voice. So again, biggest earnings potential here with the smallest amount of work. Having said that, in order to earn the most amount of money possible, you need to have some sort of an audience. And it takes time to build a list and build an audience. So this isn't something that you're probably going to be able to have instant success with. Now, how you get started is you build a website or you get yourself on a platform like YouTube and you start building an audience and an email list around the topic that is going to be related to the products and services that you're going to want to promote. If you write a blog, you can write blog posts about a certain topic and then you can include affiliate links in that blog post that go to the products that you would like to promote. I do something similar sometimes here on my YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure I've got at least 1 or 2 videos that have a video tutorial all about how to use Publisher Rocket, and then I've linked my affiliate link down in the description below the video. Either way, it's probably going to take months, perhaps even a couple of years, to really get an audience big enough where you're going to be earning a substantial amount of income. And if you do want to learn a little bit more about affiliate marketing, go ahead and check out this video up here. And now we come to number 5, which is my absolute favorite because it has made me quite a bit of passive income over the years, and that is self-publishing. Now, in order to turn this into a passive income business model, you'll have to do one of 2 things. So if you are writing nonfiction or fiction books, you're going to have to outsource because this is something you're going to have to do at scale and you are just physically not going to be able to write all of those books yourself. So you head on over to Amazon, you do some research to figure out the types of books that other people are actively searching for, then you hire a writer to create those books. You purchase the rights from them, you publish the books, and then you collect the royalties in perpetuity for as long as those books are for sale and in demand. Now, my favorite version of this is not nonfiction, it's not fiction, it's something called low or medium content books. So these are things like daily planners, journals, workbooks, activity books, coloring books. Now, the wonderful thing about these books is that they don't need a writer. You can create these books yourself, eliminating that expense, and you can publish those at scale. Now, the underlying principle here is the same. You go onto Amazon, you do some research to figure out the types of low content or medium content books that people are searching for. You create those books, you upload the digital files to Amazon KDP, and then you collect the royalties. So this is all print on demand. So when a customer comes along shopping on Amazon and they find your book, they order a copy, Amazon will print off one copy and they will ship that directly to the customer. Now, I've personally made over $500,000 with this passive income business model. And if you would like to learn more, then again, download my free guide, 3 steps to publishing your first low content book in less than a day. You can find that down in the description below. So in terms of startup costs, if you're publishing on Amazon or any of the print on demand platforms, there's going to be no cost to get started. If you're outsourcing fiction or nonfiction, the prices vary pretty dramatically, but to get something of good quality, you're going to be paying a few $100s a book at least. I know when I started out, I was doing fiction and I was spending about $500 on very good quality fiction novellas. You can get books written for much, much cheaper, but as always, you get what you pay for. And this is why I love low content publishing so much. You can do everything yourself, it's not costing you anything, and you get to collect all of the profits. Now, in terms of how passive it really is, this depends. Sometimes I was putting in a few hours a week. At the peak, I was probably putting in about 20 hours a week. But again, when I had baby number 1, I was able to step away for a full 6 months, and there was between $20,000 and $30,000 in passive income rolling into my bank account each and every one of those months. It was all about just putting in that upfront effort to set up the system, and then I was able to completely remove myself from the equation and keep generating profits. All right, thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button if you found this video useful. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to know how you can sell more low content books in 2025, watch this video next. See you next week.